All right, so we did a class with Wim Hof that I kind of wanted to process a little bit more. You're going to see what it's like to have lead FI from Wim's perspective, and then you're also going to see a little bit from his family and what they go through.
I always had this deep, strange feeling there is something more and I don't know what it is. And it's not in words, it's a feeling. It's a craving from the inside, from the soul, from survival. But it got into me like a flash. And I had to go on this path to show the world that we don't need to be powerless in the face of death. It is a birthright to know why you're here on this planet, why you're here as a father of children, to bring purpose and sense. That is a simple birthright. And it is being torpedoed and bombarded by all kinds of things, and confusion sets in. No, this was too much. This was the emotion torn in my heart to be healed, not only to become aware how to do that and to take away the darkness for those to come. That was my journey. So how to begin? The only thing I had was my instinct, my intuition. That's the way it started. I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to feel connected. I showed them. But still, the cynicism and the mockeries, not only with the scientists, the whole world. This mockery, if it happens 30 years, 35 years, like decades, that really gets into you. But I learned, I just feel good. So I just follow my feeling.
When you ask, especially like a super introverted type, like that world, that little clip there,
right,
is so very real to them.
Completely.
And so if you're saying like, hey, so what are your tidal waves? He's like, tidal waves? I don't know no tidal waves.
Right.
I live in this crazy hippie inner world.
What? It's so perfect in my little bubble. And it does feel like when I see the IPs, it feels like they have this existence inside a little bubble. And if it happens to be going well, according to their perspective, according to their DI perspective, then they're not going to see the tidal waves coming.
Especially if they're like a double introverted
Yeah.
IP. So yeah, here's a clip of what it looks like on the outside.
Being with Wim as a person in family life is very difficult because he wants to have the peace and the rest of the family, but he can't because he's too restless for it.
I'm going to use records in order to make it real.
As he approaches his 50th birthday, Wim has no plans to wind down his extreme activities. His determination to keep breaking records is starting to cause conflict in his family life.
But you're always going away, finding another record, and I know you give us a reason, this is your way, and it's okay, I respect it. He says, I'm searching for peace, but instead of that, he's going to do a record. I love Wim, and we don't want to lose him.
No discussion
You don't have to tell me.
discussion.
Yeah, but you don't have to tell me.
Words, blah, 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 like parrots.
Yeah, like you.
No meaning.
Like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just run and swim and do all kinds of stuff.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And every time I do a challenge, I get things, clashes. And, yeah, I mean, I don't need that.
That's my line. I don't need that. I don't need that crap. And his poor wife there, like she seems to be, my guess is like some kind of consume sleep ESFP.
That's what I was saying.
Like one of the most like double decider. Chill. She's just like, what? Just go with the flow.
He's kind of batshit, but we love him. But
like couldn't be more movable as like if you fuck that relationship up with one of the most movable types. But like, notice the joke is like the savior FI person, even if they don't have a mission,
right,
that becomes the life mission that I don't have a mission.
That I gotta find.
And they start falling down that hole,
Oh, God.
and everyone in that person's life realizes, oh, there's Billy. Billy's very sad and very upset because Billy doesn't have a mission.
Yeah, right.
Or is feeling very depressed. Much of my junior high school years was in this FI death spiral.
Implode.
Yeah, it's an imploding, and like we see it, and people I talk to them all the time on the phone and stuff. They're savior FI, usually at the top, and they get in the most darkest death type state of this inner spiral. And even like classic kind of online Myers-Briggs shit has kind of picked up this on like the gothic INFPs
Emo.
and stuff like that. Yeah. Because all of these functions, and an FI especially, the saviors feel like this constricting of the flow. Like the saviors are so over dominant, whatever the demon is, like the pipe, there's no flow going through.
Yeah, right.
So the IP, the savior FI, whatever, there's no flow of like, let me help other people.
The tribe's perspective
Let me help the tribe.
is a blind spot.
The tribe's perspective, because that flow is not there, that FI just becomes giant and cancerous and toxic and implodes. And so literally and you got to get to this spot. Like this, you can't just like follow these tips. I'm like, that didn't work. No shit, it didn't work.
It takes time.
You got to be down at the bottom of hell where you're like, okay, I'm desperate for some stupid TE tip. What do you do? And this is what I've done. This is what I'm seeing other people doing that are down at that, okay, I can't take it anymore kind of spot. And to keep it simple, what I'm seeing a couple of people doing is like, I'm just going to go leave one positive random comment on some YouTube video somewhere.
Yeah, right.
So go on that blogs or makeup channel or whatever it is that you're watching anyways, kind of hit like a smaller channel where there's only like 13 comments to begin with, so you know that person will see it and
Oh,
heart
yeah,
it.
that's good.
And it'll mean a lot to them.
There you go.
And it'll take you an hour just to write a 3-line comment of something positive and
Right,
constructive.
right.
For the sake of you and your selfish, toxic, burning down ass, is to help that person
Get in their shoes,
Right,
in their life.
right.
Think about what they're thinking about.
Exactly.
To pull you out of that
do something
negative state.
TE useful for them,
Yeah.
you know, and like, and it's only though when the FI is like, okay, I'm gonna do this TE routine because I want to start to build the consciousness, responsibility, and habits of I'm gonna think about and help other people other than myself,
Right.
especially when I feel bad, because that's the spiral.
Yeah.
The FI is lying to you and saying, oh, well, I'll help everybody else.
When I feel better.
That's the joke. I got stuck in that one for fucking 10 years. Like,
Right.
goddamn, skip that step.
Yeah.
You will start to feel better when you do start helping other people. It gives you other perspectives. It allows you to see yourself. It allows you to get some help. Now they want to help you. It gets the energy moving.
Thank you. That was really helpful.
Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing, and I pray, don't take me soon, cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more war, and our children will pay. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. When they bleed on the souls of the innocent, blood drenched pavement, keep on moving though the water stay raging. In this maze, you can lose your way, you way. In my job, you crazy, but don't let it face you, no way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, there'll be no more war, and our children will pay. One day, one day. One day this all will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. One day we'll all be free and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom like one day.